Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone? Hope everyone's okay. Okay. Good morning. This thing is going to be wearing me out all day. Just help me to ignore it. It's supposed to be on the side. Okay, whatever. Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, almost afternoon. Netta Mae, can you hear me and see me yet? Can you guys hear me? Good, good. Can you hear me? Everyone can hear well? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope that you were able to share this and share it on your page and on any other pages that you reach out to. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, my sisters are on, Denise and Marion. Good to see you guys this morning. Good morning from Jamaica, Lady Cassandra. Good to see you. Rose, Sharon, good to see you guys. Good morning. Good morning. I was a little late getting on today, but I'm grateful that you guys are still available. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Who else is on here? Sarah, I see you. Melva, hey, Rose, I love you. India, North Carolina represent. Good morning. Good morning, Elder Designate Robin Brown. Good to see you on live. Thank you, Marion. Said I'm looking as beautiful as usual. Well, thank you, my sister. Thank you. I learned from the best. Being in a house with 5 girls and a beautiful mama, you know you can't go out looking toasty. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I know it's a holiday weekend, and I'm conscious of that, and I want to make sure that we cover all the bases today and get you to your families if you are having celebrations. But before we get into our lesson for the day, I want to just do a little announcements and prepare for our upcoming meeting that we are having October 3rd. October 3rd will be the first anniversary of the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. And boy, do we have something to celebrate. It's been a full year come this October that Healing Truth Women's Ministry has continued to be effective in the lives of countless women around the world, even people that we don't know. And I just want you to know that you are a part of something great and grand. So thank you all. I certainly trust that everyone that is watching now, you are already a part of the Healing Truth Women's Ministry group. I hope that you are already a part and that you are encouraging other women to join in to the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. Amen. So, because we have some great, great events happening. And now everything is tested in time. So we gave ourselves a full year to see who's really with us because we know that people join things. Some of them join and they don't really know what they're joining, or some people join and they're excited about it in the beginning, and then they teeter out and teeter into other groups and other activities. But I wanted to know who would still be around in a year. And you guys have proven the test of time, and you have shown your love and your support to the Healing Truth Women's Ministry group and to our once a month services. Even when we went live, when we had COVID-19 and had to move our services to virtual, many of you still follow. Even now, with over 2,000 people in our group, we have only about 30 people on or so now. I'm on a couple of different pages, so I really can't count all of the numbers, but it speaks to um, the commitment and the heart and the nature of human beings, and also more importantly, it speaks to the needs. So it is our desire that we meet needs for women. And you don't just jump out the gate and just start doing things. You find out what the most prevalent needs are, and those are the things that you work on. And so thank you guys. We're going to be celebrating October 3rd, but I want to thank you in advance for sticking it out. I want to thank those of you who just press share to share this, because there are people who did not get the notification, or forgot that it's the first Saturday, or just couldn't get up and get on. So if you share it, other people will see it and perhaps jump on by the time I get to the lesson. So happy anniversary, ladies. It's been an interesting and wonderful time ministering with you on our lives, ministering with you in the group. Some of you have posted so many very, very encouraging posts to the group, and you've saved lives, believe it or not. One smile, one gesture of kindness, one nicety can change somebody's entire day. And if you change their day, you can ultimately change their lives. And so thank you for being kind to each other. While there's so much foolishness going on social media, and so much hate and so much bickering and confusion, we are able to still find a solace, a place of peace and healing Truth Women's Ministry. We do block a lot of things that I think will incite riots and incite anger and frustration. Although it might be a truth, we don't let it get posted, because everything that is truthful is not always expedient. Everything that's lawful is not always expedient. And sometimes these things just kind of start stuff, posting little hot things that cause people to get all frustrated. And that's not our goal. That's not our desire. When we come on social media, we want to uplift and encourage. Also, many of you are trying to post your personal ministries, or your pastor, or your favorite preacher, and you don't see those getting posted either. That is because the site is designed for us to encourage each other. That's the design of Healing Truth Women's Ministry, that we touch each other. So even if you found a post or a quote that blessed you and you want to share it to the group, that's fine. And even if you have been blessed by a ministry, just post the part that blessed you in our group. Do not try to post full preaching sermons and live streams from ministries, your personal ministries or other ministries. We have a plan, I promise you, and I'm going to talk about it in just a few moments. So that's why I've never encouraged posting full ministry clips on Healing Truth. I know they're good, and I know the people are anointed, but this group is designed so that we might strengthen each other, and you will discover the power that you have to be a blessing. I know it's easy to just let other people be the blessing, but we want you to be the blessing. And so we have lots of ministry gifts in Healing Truth Women's Ministry. We have ministers, we have missionaries, we have evangelists, preachers, pastors, even bishops in our group. And so we want to make sure that we make space for your ministry in this group, specific to the needs of women. So as the year approached, the Lord laid on my heart to make some designations. I know it sounds like official offices. You can call it whatever you want, but I believe in the power of teamwork. I believe teamwork makes the dream work. And if we all work together, we can get much more done. So our theme for October 3rd is going to be Better Together. We're focusing on family, and we want you to know that as a unit, like a family, we are definitely better together. And with that, I have made some suggested designations, and I want those of you who are in ministry, those of you who are preachers and teachers and intercessors and prayer warriors, I want you to use Healing Truth as a ministry platform to women, but it has to be structured and it has to be organized. So I don't want everybody just willy-nilly preaching on the Healing Truth Women's Ministry group. So we're going to make some designations where we have specific ministry times allotted to specific needs. So when we want to talk to the little girls, we want to have someone specifically design a ministry moment for that group. And then we want to talk to our seniors. We want to have someone specifically designed who has the heart and the anointing to minister to our seniors. And also single women, married women, women who are incarcerated. We want to definitely reach out to every area of ministry that we can possibly reach out to and be a blessing. I want you to know that Healing Truth supports Shriners Hospital and St. Jude Hospital for Children, and every seed that you sow into Healing Truth, you are blessing those efforts. Those are things that we cannot do ourselves, but why reinvent the wheel? Shriners Hospital for Children and St. Jude Hospital works with children who have cancer, and we are supporting those efforts. So I don't want you to think that it's only women that we support, but certainly those children have mothers. And if we support the children, we are supporting those mothers. So the biggest thing that we have in motion right now is some of you heard the prophecy that was prophesied years ago. Prophet Todd Hall prophesied to Bishop in Pleasant Grove some years ago, and he said that he saw a ministry for women called Cindy's House. And I was there, I heard it, and it was already in my spirit. But guess what? Healing Truth is a 501c3 legitimate nonprofit organization that will open Cindy's House. We're going to start in Pennsylvania. It's going to be a house for single moms, especially young single moms. We're going to teach them how to obtain a license as an educator, an early childhood educator, and then a school teacher. Those are our specific goals, and those who are not really feeling that, we're going to do some job readiness and some skills training. We're going to provide housing. We're going to provide daycare for their children while they go to school or go to work. And we're going to do this according to the Pennsylvania state law, and we're going to work with the charities organizations so that we will be listed as a legitimate women's shelter, but with more to offer than just a bed. So we already have the property. We just are waiting for the certifications and the funding. So we want you to keep praying for Cindy's House, and you are helping to make that happen through the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. We're going to hire staff, and we're going to make it as maximized as we can. And we already have some 7 rooms or so that we're working toward. Now, everything is not in together yet, but it starts as a vision. It starts as an organized dream and passion, and we know that the funding will be coming soon, and we believe God. So let's keep Cindy's House in prayer. Now, as you know, we do have the continuance of the Single Moms Project. We have the Queens inmate project that we're working on. The Single Moms Project, for those of you who are new, you'll just indulge me while I share some of the vision of the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. As we approach 1 year of ministry, then we're all going to become more accountable to this calling that we have to minister. And so the Single Women's Ministry, at one point, we just did a Single Moms Project where we were a blessing to single moms. Married women were blessing single moms. And so we're going to do that again this year. We're going to continue that because it's a blessing to be a blessing. And then we're adding on the Queens Inmate Project. We did not start last year because there are a lot of legalities involved in the prisons, and we want to make sure that we have it correct. And so we're going to try to get that program effective Christmas, where we are sending packages to the children of the women of our ministry who have sons and daughters who are incarcerated. So we want to start a process of sending them the things that they need that will help them while they are doing their time. And so that's the Queens Inmate Project. And then we have Cindy's House, and we have other projects that we have in motion. We have others in our spirit. But we also want to include some specified ministries. So here they are. We want to include and incorporate an intercessory prayer group. An intercessory prayer group. If you are interested in becoming an intercessor, let me tell you what that means. That means that you will be called on to do public prayers at certain times of the week and certain times of the day on the Healing Truth page, praying for women and women's needs. We also expect that anyone on the intercessory prayer team will be continual in prayer for Healing Truth Women's Ministries and all of the women who reach out to our prayer call center with their issues. You will have privy to information, prayer requests. We're going to add a full day to our existing prayer call center that is specific to women, a full day of 3 times a day prayer that will be specific to our women's ministry. And we need prayer warriors. We need people to join in and help pray on the lines, answer some of the prayer requests, and just go in intercessory prayer. So it's not just private prayer. We need someone who's not scared to do public prayer. You will also be called upon to lead the prayer in our prayer meetings. We will soon be having prayer services for women, and we're going to specify those needs. Some of us are praying for our young adult women, our daughters, our nieces, and so we will have a specified prayer time for that ministry, and that's when we're going to call on the intercessory prayer group. So I want you to start thinking about that kind of ministry, if that's what you've been called to do, even in your church. This is not a church, this is a ministry. And certainly many people have titles and callings that are underused. So we want to make sure that if you are interested in the intercessory prayer group, that you join us. Just let us know. You can reach out to healingtruth900@gmail.com, and you can send me an email or just post it in our group, and I will try to keep up with the post. So I have some of you already listed as intercessors because you've been on the intercessory prayer team the whole time, even before it was named. But then there are others who I do not know who are very interested in being a part of intercessory prayer. We have some executive administrators that we will be adding to the team who will answer to me, and then certain groups will answer to them. That is called organization. That is called growth. That is called development. Because if I have to be micromanaging every part of this project, it will remain small. And we want to grow. We want to expand. So I'm tapping into your gifts. I'm tapping into your abilities. I'm tapping into your skills. And those skills that I've picked up in the spirit and watched for 1 year, then those are the people who I am trying to communicate with about leading these groups. So you can certainly be a part of a group. And if you only have to lead, then I'm not going to call you for anything because I already know your spirit. So we're not going to do that. We also, so those 3 executive administrators are people who I can get my hands on right away at all times, and then I can designate. That's why I'm calling it designations. Everything, I will oversee everything. I know what's going on. I'm not just shucking work. I am organizing. So those 3 executive administrators, and I may add one more, but we're working toward that. Then we have an executive secretary who is going to be management of all things written, including e-correspondence, letters, forms. You remember when we did the Single Moms Project, we had forms and those kinds of things, meetings and meeting management. That secretary will let everyone know when there's a Zoom meeting, when there's an administrative meeting, when our meetings happen. So some of you forgot that every first Saturday we're here for Healing Truth. I actually forgot. So that's why we came on a little bit late. But if I had a secretary to remind me a day or two before, then that wouldn't happen. But at any rate, we have someone in mind for that. We have some administrative assistant positions, people who are administratively keen, who know how to keep things in order. Some of you I've reached out to have already spoken to you, and others of you, you didn't know that we were doing this, but you do want to share your skill set. Listen, it's not this is a no nonsense group, so it's not about favoritism and all that foolishness. It's about ability and availability. Some people have abilities, but they don't have availability. So I can't reach you. I can't find you. I text you. I got to wait a week to get an answer. That's not the kind of administrative team we need. We need somebody who's hands-on, who really cares about women and ministry. So we're working on that. That position assists the executive administrator in overall planning and management of Healing Truth Women's Ministries. Does anyone see where I'm going with this? Is anybody understanding that we are becoming better? We are organizing. Now, our bishop is the co-founder of the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. He is the general overseer of Full Effect Churches Alliance. Healing Truth Women's Ministry is one of those ministries that are a part of the Alliance, and Bishop also is the co-founder of Healing Truth Women's Ministry. He sits on the board, and everything is approved by him. So everything that I'm saying to you, I've already discussed with him, and we're going to have a specific meeting designating specific persons. So we have a nonprofit liaison. Because we are a 501c3 corporation, we need someone who is skilled in the nonprofit language and in grants and 990 filings and charitable gifts and those things of that nature. And we have someone, one person for that. But if you're that person, I know India McDuffie is really good with grants and charitable non-fund nonprofit organizations. I would certainly love for you to be a part of that, Sandy McInnes and others. If I don't know you and that's what you do, you're a grant writer, you have gotten grants, please don't annoy me by saying, oh, I know how to get grants, I know how to get grants, and then find me a bunch of grants and give them all to me to do. I need people who know how to put it in place, get it started, and only want to ask me for details that you need. I don't need somebody saying, oh, I know how to find grants. We know how to find them too. We need grant writers and people who are serious that will carry it through and get the results and get that money for Healing Truth. So that's what I'm looking for. So I don't want anybody just jumping on, oh, I want to learn how to do grants. I know how to find grants. I don't want that. I need people who are willing to work, not just dump it on my lap and say, here's a grant, fill it out, a 715-page RFP that I have to do. If you give me more work, then I can't do ministry. So I need somebody to take that job. So you got it? That's the nonprofit liaison. Then we have media manager, somebody who manages all things media. That means in-house internet designation, oversight of tasks, and team members. If you work on the media department in your church and you think you can lend to our media department in Healing Truth, remember we only meet once a month so far, and that's when we would need your skill set. Please join the media team. We have events managers. Event management is really important. As I told you, we have Single Moms Project, Queens Inmate Project, the annual holiday mixer. You remember that? Anniversaries, fundraising, galas. We're going to have one fundraising gala where we all get dressed up and go to a fine restaurant and raise money for Healing Truth. I need people on the events management team who can help make that happen, not people who are new and trying, people who have experience and have done projects in your church, particularly big projects. So I want you on the events management team. You guys okay? Am I boring you? We're having a meeting. I love it. So I'm going to really give you a word from the Lord in just a few moments. So don't leave me. Stay with me. I just want you to know that management and organization is a skill that is lacking in many ministries. We just kind of go willy-nilly, whatever the Lord says in the morning. But we want to make sure that we are more organized. So these are the things that we need. Marketing management, somebody to all things marketing, including but not limited to HTWM apparel. I like the new t-shirts that are out. HTWM social media presence, new member recruiting, photo ops, marketing concepts. In general, we have to build a brand. We have to make the brand known. We have to get people to join, because the more hands we have in ministry, the more souls we can reach. So this is a ministry. It's not a church. So we're global. We can, those women in Jamaica, we had the Portmore Project last year, where we were able to bring some women from Portmore, Jamaica to the United States in February. We want to do that again this year. So we always need people to help get these programs off the ground and get them to be successful. So far, everything that we've done has been successful. We did the fragrances. It was just a lot of fun things, but we're going to delve more into ministry things. So we have some ministry opportunities. The Single Ladies Activities Ministry is regular ministry. When I say ministry, I mean teaching moments, preaching moments, prayer moments. That's ministry to single women. We're going to add that to our unmarried women who do not have children. We have one group for unmarried women who do not have children. In addition to doing ministry, we're going to plan activities like dinner, movies, trips, day shopping events. That will be that group. So if you're single, or rather unmarried, and you do not have children, you can definitely be a part of the Single Ladies Activities Ministry. It's all going to be written down in the program on October 3rd. So I just want to toss it around for some of you. This is called Women's Ministry. Thank you, Denise. Then we have the Single Moms Ministry, of course, regular ministry to unmarried mothers, strengthening the bonds between mothers and children. Some of you have seen Tea Time with Tracy. She's going to be a part of that, strengthening the bonds between mothers and children. Married Women Ministries, we have a regular ministry moments that speak to the sanctity of marriage and marriage maintenance. So I may call on any one of you at any time, especially if you identify as a minister, as a preacher, as a teacher, as a missionary. and you're not afraid of public speaking, I may give you an assignment at any time during the week to go live. And you have to be ready to go live and speak to the ministry need that the Lord has placed in my spirit. So the Lord tells me married women might need this. And it's only one me. I cannot be in all places at all times. But those of you who are part of Healing Truth Women's Ministry and you understand how to follow the lead of the Lord, as I give it to you, you will take it and take it to the next level and do a ministry moment. Of course, we don't want you on there for an hour. We want you on there for 15 good minutes to bless those women. And widows, seniors, we're going to deal with. We have specified ministry for widows. We have specified ministry for divorcees. We are really working the women's ministry handle. But let me just go further. Little girls magic moments ministry. We don't ever want little girls to regret being girls. We're going against the lesbian spirit. We're going against the lesbian concept. And not just so much about sex and sexual orientation and right or wrong, but some little girls want to identify as something else because they don't love being a little girl. And so we want to make sure that they understand what a privilege it is to be a little girl. And we want to give them some magical moments of memory. So we want to take them out. We want to take them on trips. We want to do hairstyling, dress up, makeovers. We want to make them glad they're a girl. And so we want to definitely be in prayer so that our little girls are not walking around looking like little boys. I have a thing for that. And I do know that the Lord made girls on purpose. So we want to speak directly to that ministry, because sometimes we wait until people are 28, 30 years old, and then we see, oh shoot, this is something different. But we want to speak to it, not about sex. It's not about sex. It's about identity. It's about orientation. It's about knowing who God made you. Behold, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so the Magic Moments Little Girls Ministry, we certainly need some help in that area. I have someone in mind to lead. Now, the Golden Girls Seniors Ministry. What you say? We're going to do seniors. We're going to work with the seniors and not just work with the hands-on visits. We're going to take you out to the movies. We're going to take you out to the restaurants. We're going to have bingo night. We have Pennsylvania and we have New York. We have locations where we can set up a phenomenal bingo night. I mean, bingo might sound boring to some people, but seniors like bingo and different. Some of y'all like to play spades and you like to enjoy yourselves together. And I know that seniors are often very lonely because the children have a lot to do. Everyone has a lot to do. And so we want to make opportunities for our seniors, especially seniors in the kingdom. We don't want no smoke-filled rooms. We want to have a nice atmosphere. And if you need to smoke, we're going to let you go outside and smoke your cigarette or your stogie. But what we want to do is make space for our seniors. We're definitely moving into our senior project in Brooklyn. We're going to open a senior center, and we want to start with Healing Truth Women's Ministry by working with our seniors. I think it's delightful. It's called the Golden Girls Seniors Ministry. We have big screens in both locations where we can do a whole movie. I mean, it's dark. We got the screens. We got popcorn makers. We can take you to the movies in a social distancing situation. But we are going to do those things. And we do have some people in place who really do ministry with seniors and have a lot of plans. So it's really working out to be really, really good. So those are some of the ministries that we're going to speak to. As I said, widows, divorcees, and those kinds of ministries. We're definitely not going to leave any stones unturned. So that requires dedication, that requires commitment, that requires loyalty. So that's what I am excited about. We never gave anybody any membership forms or anything like that because we don't want you tied in or locked in. It's not that kind of party. If you're a part, we will know by your activities, by your participation, and by your willingness to serve. With that, I want to bring in our lesson for today, and I'm almost done. I'm glad that you guys are on. We will definitely speak more about this in the coming month as we prepare for our anniversary. We are going to put all of that information in our program. It will be on our screens because we will be meeting live and in person. We will be at 900 New Lots Avenue on October 3rd, Saturday, October 3rd at 11 a.m. We're coming together again. My fear is that I will be in New York all by myself and you guys won't come, but I saw your post. You said you'll be there. I trust you. You know how we do. We're going to plan a fun-filled social distancing celebration. We're going to have on our masks. We're going to be seated separately, apart from each other, and the seating is limited to about 50 persons. So we want to make sure that you get there on time so you can be a part. We have a preacher, Dr. Aretha Wilson will be there to minister to us for our first anniversary. And we're going to do this discussion about these designations, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. With this accountability and this type of conversation, I want to deal with this verse of scripture. We are his workmanship. We are his workmanship. And my question to you is, what are you bringing to the world today? What are you bringing? And so that's why my subject is bring it on. I'm bringing a smile to the world. When I go out my house, I will deliberately smile at people. I'm telling you, I mean, when you do things like that, you are deliberately planning to bless somebody's life. A smile means more than money for some people. They leave their homes in desperation, anguish, running hither, thither, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, trying to make food work for kids and trying to make the weekend work. And sometimes they are in arguments and bitterness at home, and they out there driving and they look like the world is on their shoulder. If you just turn around and give them a big old smile, it can change the outcome of their day. So there, I'm bringing a smile to the world. I'm bringing my gifts, my talents, my abilities. I'm going to bless somebody today. I'm a hairdresser and I'm going to make somebody feel beautiful today. I'm a barber. I'm going to make somebody look better today. I am a cook. I'm going to feed somebody today. I am a seamstress. I'm going to be a blessing to somebody today. What are you bringing to the world? Y'all, excuse me for a minute. Thank you. What are you bringing to the world today as his workmanship? When we say the term workmanship, we mean that God has designed us and created us to be who we are, like we are. God never designs a chicken to grow up acting like a cow. If he designed the chicken, he expects the chicken to act like a chicken and the cow to act like a cow. Not only does he expect these animals to act a certain way, but to bring to the world what was already in them. So the chicken already has the eggs inside of her. And those eggs can be used for food or growing chicks and more chickens. The chicken can be used as food. It's the circle of life, the bottom of the food chain. We can eat chicken. You don't have to, but you can. The cow brings milk to the world. Are you listening to me? And that milk sustains not only the little cows, but it sustains adult human beings. What am I saying? There is something uniquely designed about you that the world needs. God never makes anything just for fun. He's not into scrap work or um, arts and crafts, just making things just to look at it. Everything has a purpose. The Bible says, and the trees and the fruit had the seed inside of it to reproduce itself. So when God creates, he creates you and I with something inside of us already. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to tap into what God put inside of you. Thank you, Christine. I'm glad you are writing a book. And those of you who have writing skills, even if you're not the greatest writer, but you've got a story to tell, bring it. Bring your story to life. Bring your story to make you eternal. I'm telling you, there are so many of you saying, I got a story. I got a story. There's a book in me. I'm going to write this book. Well, for 40 years, we've been waiting for you to write this book. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. We are his workmanship created in Christ Jesus unto good works. Everything that he puts in you leads you to good works, gives you the ability to have good works. And look, which God has before ordained that we should walk in them. Are you listening to me? These gifts that the Lord placed inside of you, he wants you to walk it out. In other words, he wants you to bring it. And he wants you to bring it with every ounce of energy that you have. The reason people are so bored, the reason people are always into something, the reason they're always messy and into this and into that is because they have not tapped in to the gift that God has placed inside of them unto good works. Let me tell you, it doesn't have to be free for it to be a good work. I'm saying if you bake cakes and you bake cakes with passion, your desire is more that people enjoy your cakes than it is that you get money for them. Because most of you who bake cakes bake them for free, and you dying for somebody to ask you to bring a cake to their baby shower, to their cookout, to the because that's what you do. Of course, it is sustainable income for you. You should charge for your cakes, but people who work out of passion will do it for free and nobody can stop them. Like, how you going to make any money if you keep giving away stuff? I buy cakes and then I look in the box, there's extra pastries in there. There's turnovers or something that somebody wants me to enjoy. That is a gift to good works. And I want those of you who are in business for yourselves, you have a side hustle, you do hair on the side and everything, and you do it with all your passion and all your might. I want you to know that that is God's workmanship unto good works, and you are walking it out. So I want everyone to bring what you have to the table, to the surface, to the world. And thank you, Sister Calendar. She said, I bring love, kindness with no judgment, love unconditionally. Well, somebody might say, oh, well, that's not anything we can all bring that. We can, but we don't all bring it. That is the truth. We think it, but we don't bring it. And we bring it to the people we know, we love, our family. We have a no judgment zone with our children. We have a no judgment zone with the people we love. But when we see strangers that we don't know, do we look them once over and already make a decision about people just by their appearance? That's the kind of thing that is not unto good work. So thank you for sharing that, because Marion, that is something that we all need to work hard on. Thank you, Denise. There is something designed uniquely inside of us. Tap into what God put in you and bring it. Good preaching. That's what I'm trying to say. bring it, because just thinking it is not enough. We need you to bring it. So if somebody tell you, say, okay, we're going to have a cookout. Let's say we're going to have a cookout tomorrow. And we tell somebody, oh, we're going to have a cookout. And they say, oh, good, because I got all these hot dogs. I have all these bread, and I have all this stuff in my freezer. And then they show up without it. And you sort of say, what good is it to have it and talk about it if you didn't bring it? I mean, oh, well, I was saving that for my cookout. So why did you tell me about it? Why did you tell me about all your good stuff if I can't benefit from it? And that's what some of us do. Unfortunately, we spend a lot of time talking about how much good we have and how anointed we are and how blessed we are and how we can do all these things, but we don't bring it. We don't, I don't know. We just like to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. We want to be about it. In this season, we want to maximize every ounce of ministry effort that we have. We're going to stretch. We're going to flex our muscles. We're going to stretch into our callings, and we're really going to bring it. And so those of you who thought that preaching was only done in a pulpit, in a mic, behind a sacred desk, COVID-19 taught you something. Taught you that you can get right online and do ministry. Now, everybody's not supposed to be online having your segment or your hour. You have to organize it. It has to be skilled. You have to know what you're talking about. Of course, you don't want to just waste people's time. But some of us have discovered that we have something to offer the world. And we didn't know that people would even follow or join or support or subscribe if we didn't bring it. And so I want you to tap into all of those areas that the Lord has strengthened you in. And let me help you with it. One of the areas, if you can't stand chaos and you can't stand mishmash and you're frustrated by lateness and lack of organization and last minute, people just doing stuff at the last minute, and you have a frustration about that, then your skill set is administrative, and we need you to bring it. We need you to help, not just be a part of the problem, exacerbating the problem, making it worse by talking about the people who are not organized. What we want for you to do is bring your organization skills without making people feel like they're stupid and they don't know what they're doing, or without making people feel like you've come along to rescue them because they don't have a clue. No, you want to ease your way in and offer your assistance. Perhaps we can try it this way. Have you ever thought about this? And once they say, yeah, we thought about that, it didn't work, you don't force it on them. Maybe they didn't think about it that way, or maybe you can bring it another way. So we want to bring it, but we don't want to force it. You know that song, say, if it don't fit, don't force it. Just relax. I don't even know why I'm singing that. Oh, help me, Jesus. But anyway, I heard that song in my head. Don't force. We're not forcing our gifts on anybody. And let me tell you something about your gift. The Bible says your gift makes room for you. In other words, you don't have to fit it in. It's going to be a space allocated and ready for you. Healing Truth Women's Ministry has spaces for your ministry. We have space for you to minister, to teach, to share, to give information. Some of you were a part of the boot camp, so you already know how the structure is designed. Some of you have been in my ministry classes. You've been in my homiletics class. You've been in my classes, so you already know that we bring it, and we bring it well structured. We do not throw willy-nilly stuff together. We are scripture-based, and we can't be up there talking about stuff we saw in our dream. So those of you who have ministry gifts, I want to tap into your gift. Every minute of every day, someone is on Facebook looking for hope. Every minute of every day, someone is on social media just looking for a friend, looking for someone who can minister to their needs. If that is a woman, a girl, a female, I want the women of Healing Truth Women's Ministry to be the answer to those questions, to be the resolve to those needs, to at least give a guiding light. We don't have all the answers for everybody, but be a listening ear. Be a source of strength and prayer and resource for somebody who does not have that in their lives. That's all I want for Healing Truth Women's Ministry. I want us to touch the world of women. The men's ministry, they got that. They're working on that. We're praying for our men. Of course, if you pray for my son, you helping me. If I pray for your son, I'm helping you. But what I'm trying to speak directly to are the needs of women in ministry. So it's exhaustive. It's huge. It's global. And because we are not a building, because we are not a structured church, we are able to reach lives all over the world. Sister Barham is on here, Cassandra. She is in Jamaica. And we have started trying to do the Weekend Women's Ministry in Jamaica. I've gone there twice, and we're going to try to do it again, where we go to Portmore, Jamaica, and all of you will be welcome to come along. Of course, you got to buy your own ticket. You got to get your own hotel. But it'll be a vacation ministry trip. We're going to Jamaica to do ministry with women in Jamaica. We have that opportunity. We have that resource. I like to go in Jamaica when it's cold in America. Because then you get the sunshine. So we're planning, the events managers and the event planners that are with us. We want to plan a trip to Jamaica so we can do the Winter Weekend Women's Conference in Jamaica. We want to do these things so we can do ministry outside of where we are. Miami, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina. We're going to be bringing women's ministries all over. And those of you who like to travel and you are retired, you got free time, and you want to jump on board, we're going to be doing ministry in all these areas. We have North Carolina, South Carolina, we have Texas, we have Alabama, Florida. We have different places that we're going with the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. And I'm glad that you're a part of it. We're stretching the cord. Thank you, Denise. I want to put that up there. We're stretching the cord, reaching each one where it's needed. Absolutely. This is from Lady Cassandra from Jamaica. A warm welcome always awaits you all. Yes, and they treat you right in Jamaica. I'm telling you, you may go other places and enjoy other things, but the food is the best in Jamaica, and the ice cream. And so we're planning to go to Jamaica. We're planning trips and activities. We're not just going to, ministry is more than having church every week. I know that's what we've been doing for the year. We've been just meeting once a month. We've been having church. But all of us go to church. We always have church. We have church every Sunday in our own churches. I'm not trying to just bring you together to have church. I want us to be a ministry teaching, reaching group. I want to do lessons. I want everybody to sit down and bring your pen sometime, and we do some real teaching lessons. It's not just coming together and having church. So we have hospitality that Shanette is working, has volunteered to work with hospitality, nursing. We need all of that you need in a church service. But we are going to do some other work, screen work, where we do lessons and planning. And it's just going to, thank you for the word balance. We want to make sure that we, of course, when the Moshe show up, then we're going to go in. That's what we do. But it's not going to be design where every month it's just going to be we get together and shout. We're not going to do that. This is ministry, and we're going to plan some trips, and we're going to plan them properly in enough time with payment plans so that we can go and all enjoy ourselves and be a blessing. And we're going for ministry, but we're going to enjoy ministry. We're going to stop at the beach and go to the restaurants and enjoy ourselves while we're away. But in that restaurant, if we see someone in distress, we're going to be ready to do ministry. We're going to meet in the church and have service and worship and prayer and teaching and everything, but we're also going to enjoy ourselves. So if you're interested in anything like that, join the events planning committee. I want you to join and be a part of something bigger than yourselves. What you're doing is you're stretching yourself. You're stretching. And if you can't do ministry because you're busy working all the time and you don't have time, just be careful that you have not made the main thing. That you have made the main thing the main thing. We want to make sure we keep the kingdom in our hearts and in our minds. So it's 12:30. We've been on for a full hour. And we've shared some information. We did some housekeeping concerning the ministry. I've also mentioned to you that we want you to join. If you have not joined the Healing Truth Women's Ministry, then you should join. This is what I say. It's a no-nonsense group of women healing one post at a time. So those of you who stopped telling people about Healing Truth Women's Ministry, start again and invite people to join Healing Truth Women's Ministry. Of course, support my books. Every book that is purchased, every ebook, every devotional that I've written goes to Healing Truth Women's Ministry. As I told you, we support Shriners Hospital and St. Jude Hospital. Now, I'm going to ask you to sow a seed. Now, the last time I posted, it was our Healing Truth Cash App. For whatever reason, the Healing Truth Cash App has been, they closed it, and I don't have a clue why. I'm fighting with Cash App right now to see what is going on. But we still have Givelify, and we still have Lady Doctor. So I'm going to ask you today, if you're going to sow into Healing Truth Women's Ministry, that you sow to Lady Doctor, because Healing Truth WM has been closed by Cash App for whatever reason. So I'm asking, remember that when I ask you to sow seed, that it is for a bigger cause. It is for a big cause. So we're asking you not to sow sparingly. We're asking you to sow bountifully into something that you can see becoming something. I'm not trying to have secrets. I'm not trying to have a secret organization. Everything is out in the open for you to see what we together are doing. So your support means everything. Support by sowing into Lady Doctor on the Cash App or givelify.com. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are working. I know that India McDuffie is probably already finding me grants for Cindy's house and already got the wheels turning in her mind to get this women's house together. And I know it's going to be phenomenal, but you also know it's going to be costly. Even to convert the property that we already have to meet the standards that are required. When the government gives you money, they tell you what to do. And then they don't give you the money to do it. They just tell you this is what you need. You need sprinkler system, you need this, you need that, you need fire, you need all of those things in place. So your gifts, your seed helps us to do that. Okay? That is the truth. That is the truth. Bishop McGinnis takes good care of his Lady Doctor. Cynthia McGinnis is not out here hungry. I want you to know that it is about ministry, and everything that you sow to Healing Truth Women's Ministry supports a kingdom cause. So bountifully today into Lady Doctor, Cash App Lady Doctor, or givelify.com. Thank you guys so much for your support, for your giving. Some of you are saying you're sowing. Thank you, Elder Rose Hayes. I don't want to take you out of your church obligations and accountability. Some of you preach often in your church and your schedule is exhaustive. If you're not exhausted, then you're not really working on my team, because you have to be exhausted for ministry. You have to have given everything that you have. If you're not feeling like that, then I think you have some more in you to give. And if you do not preach often and you have preaching in you and ministry in you and teaching in you, start preparing your lessons, because every single day we need ministry moments on Healing Truth. Every single day. And if you're not the visual upfront person and you don't want to go live, then you can certainly just write something and we'll post it. We're going to start that in October. So I'm not playing. I need you guys to get ready. Be ye also ready. You're not just going to have a collar and not work. You're not just going to be called a minister and not do ministry. Why not share with the Women of Healing Truth Women's Ministry? We want to bless you. If you got Cash App, we'll put your Cash App up. It's not about money for Healing Truth. It's not even about money for you. It's just what we do. So get ready, ladies. And I'm going to probably have to check with your pastor and see if you're really a minister, because you wouldn't lie to me, would you? You wouldn't do that. So I want you to know that your ministry gift is required. You are necessary. You are valuable. Denise Wade, I want you to work with the Seniors Project. I know you have other interests in prison ministry. I want you to maximize those efforts in the kingdom and in the Healing Truth Women's Ministry. I know you guys. I know what you have in you. I've been praying and the Lord has been showing me you doing certain things. So I'm not even going to stop prophesying, but just hear me now. This is the season where you give back. This is the season where you bring it. This is the season where you become so preoccupied with the kingdom assignment, blessing other people, that none of us will have time to even worry about our own selves. Take no thought for your life, for the Father knows what things you have need of. And so the Lord says to me to say to you today that if you work for the kingdom will work for you. The kingdom will reward you for every seed you sow and for every bit of time that you give to ministry. So please, sis, let's be kingdom minded and let's do what we're going to do. Thank you for your seeds. God bless you. I love you. I am going shopping. I wish. Anyway, I'm going food shopping for the weekend. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Enjoy Labor Day without all the noise. Find yourself a quiet spot. And if you like noise, do the noise thing. Just bring it. If you go to a party, bring it. If you go into a cookout, bring it, girl. Bring your best you that you have and enjoy your life. Enjoy your life every day, and every way. You're getting better. I love you guys.